Hey, it's Edison here, and here are my hands that you're always seeing in these videos. Me and my hands are back to go over another couple hundred cards that I'm sending off to CGC for grading. Kind of the thought process behind this is it's going to be a lot more varied than in the past. I'm doing a mix of bulk, no subgrades, bulk subgrades, standard with subgrades, and then express with subgrades. And before we even go over the cards, just my thought process behind that is the CGC bulk turnaround, to no surprise to anyone that's been paying attention, is going to keep getting longer. It's at 110 business days now. I'm very confident that means it's 110 business days from the last order that they graded. So I think they're on December 7th now. So it's 110 days from December 7th is when you should expect your order back. So my assumption is that my January submissions aren't going to be graded or even scheduled for grading for at least 2 months. So yeah, that's kind of why I want to break up this stuff even more and send in that mix of tiers just so I can constantly, and like I mentioned in the past, I need a revolving inventory for my eBay site, my eBay store, because I'm just so dry on stuff to have listed. And for reference to, I mentioned this crazy number to some friends. I've submitted around 830 cards to CGC since December, and I've got 24 back so far. And the 24 I got back were express and standard. So they are quite behind, and I do have a lot outstanding with them, but I'm just that revolving door style of submissions. Gonna keep sending them in. So here we have the bulk with no subgrades, and my new method for determining if it's worth getting it sent. This method is based on the value. It's still based off of the value. So my frame of reference is if the card is under $20 raw, send it bulk with no subgrades. And if the card is less than $70 or $75 graded, send it no subgrades. So you're looking at 10 to 11% of the grade in the subgrade cost. Or I like the $20 raw metric a little bit more because it makes it a little bit simpler to determine if these cards are worth it. But yeah, we're gonna start Yveltal Amazing Rare. I think I pulled all of these shinies myself. I think these are all from Shining Fates. So I've had these extras just sitting around for a while. Galarian Duramaka, Galarian Berserker, and this is why I want to submit them too. You can see how dusty everything's gotten. I've been sitting on this sub for a while. So these are just the baby shinies from Shining Fates. Garuki. One of my favorites from the set is this Coughing. Next up, we have some amazing rares. I forget what set this is from. This might just be Shiny Star V. Japan, so Reshiram, that's a Dusty Reshiram, a Dusty Kyogre, 2 of them. I'm happy CGC isn't knocking me down for how dusty my cards are coming in. This one is one of my favorites. This is the Dedenne GX Alt Art. This comes in the Trainer Toolkit, which is that long box that has a Pokeball style on it. I love this Alt Art. I think it's super cute, and it's $4 a piece raw. I paid right around there. And I think that's such a sleeper buy, so I've picked up 4 of them. I think I have 10 or so, and the rest kind of scattered through. Some Eldegoss V. These are the tin promos. This is another one that's $4, and I think shiny V cards, so shiny full art cards for under $4 in bulk is such a good deal. And Eldegoss isn't as popular, but I don't think you can argue with me and say Boltun's not a popular Pokemon. And then I think my favorite of the shinies from those tins are Cramorants. And I have quite a few. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I'm sending in. And this is another one where it's $3.50 to get them raw. So I just picked up a bunch from the same seller. And for those, I recommend just checking TCG Player. You can easily find some steals on there. We have some Crobat Vs. So dusty. I actually hate how dusty my room is. But yeah, Crobat V. This is from those Crobat V boxes. I pulled these myself. These are actually tough to grade too, just because of how they're packaged. I noticed there's tons of edge wear and whitening. Crobat VMAX from that box. I think I have more later on, and we'll get to those later. Thievul Baby Shiny. This is actually a pretty nice shiny card. Cool artwork. This is a Lily Japanese card. This artwork came over to English in a League promo. I believe is the only way you could get it was that League promo. In Japan, it's just a regular holo card, but I think the artwork is just so cute. So I found them. The seller had a couple of them listed for I think $7.50 a piece, so I picked them up. Here is the character card. This is from Dream Leagues in Japan, which would become Cosmic Eclipse. This is actually my favorite of the character cards, which is Gallade with Wally. I'm pretty sure that's Wally from Gen 3. But I think this artwork is just so nice. The colors are great, and the way like Gallade and Wally just look on the metal is beautiful. And they're like $3 a piece in Japan, so I picked up a bunch. Here is one that you've seen for a while. I picked up all these baby shinies a couple months ago for $1 a piece. I picked like, I think 30 a piece. I picked up 30 of each of the ones you're going to see. So I've just been sending them in. So shiny Beldum, shiny Matang. Then we have shiny Sudowoodo. It's probably my favorite of the ones. This is one of the cards that I personally think is a sleeper. I don't think I've talked about it in a video yet. It's this Coco card. It's from the newest Pokemon movie. It's Coco. You can see right there him with Zarude, I think is the name, as the set stamp for the movie. I think this card's super cool, just conceptually, because you can check this on Bulbapedia, but I'm pretty sure there are only 3 Pokemon cards. So like this format, like this is the Pokemon card. Obviously there's a trainer card, which will say trainer, but this format of like the Pokemon, which is the name of the character, the abilities they have, there's only 3 cards out there that are of like a human character instead of a Pokemon. And the other 2 ones that are, I'm not explaining this well at all, but the other 2 Pokemon cards that are technically humans are like trophy cards or cards given out to friends and family and workers. So they're super rare. And like this is the only other example, and it's like $8. I don't know. I'm like a sucker for stuff that has like a pretty cool story behind it. And I'm not even sure this character's popular. I'm not even sure if this movie has come out in English yet. So I'm kind of banking on a lot of things. Here we have a Toys R Us Magikarp. Love this promo. You can actually see a bunch of Toys R Us promos here. Yeah. Here we go. Clefairy. Really nice Clefairy Toys R Us stamp. I'm pretty sure Toys R Us announced that they're like opening up some new stores. I think they got sold to a new owner and they're opening some stores in select locations. So maybe, you know, I can time it right and get these cards graded back for the reopening. So we have Meowth, Cosmog Toys R Us. I opened these myself recently. These are from the Pika Pika promo. It's Astonishing Volt Tackle promo line. They just have like the stamp for Pika Pika Pikachu. Well, I didn't say that cool at all, but like, yeah, I think that's just what Pikachu says. But yeah, this is the one where he's on the yacht ship. I sent a couple of those in, no subgrades. This is my preferred art of the non-holos, which is Pikachu just with the Volt Tackle, like using Volt Tackle. And then finally, it's this Gengar. I opened this one myself too. These are from, I forget what town it is, but it's from one of the Champions Path boxes, pin collections. But this is one of the nicest modern Gengar arts that they've released. So sending these in. And now we got a fat pile of all of my bulk with subgrades. Still a pretty decent chunk. I think it's like at least double of the cards that I'm sending in. I'm getting subgrades on. We're going to start at the top. This is my favorite like style of modern card, which is staff pre-release. You can still pick them up relatively cheap. They got a little bit more expensive because they announced that they weren't going to make them anymore. So these have gone up. But yeah, regardless, love them. I love set stamps on cards because I think it just makes the cards look nice. And I do think there's like a nice cool factor to having this staff stamp. So you have the Darkness Ablaze Hydreigon, the Darkness Ablaze Arctozolt. This is the Unbroken Bonds Persian. Really, really cool. Electivire from Heartgold Soul Silver Triumphant. Really nice card. Considering it's like a 2010 staff card, I can't wait to get that graded. And like most of the staff cards you see are for my personal collection. That's something that I just, yeah, as I said, I'm just a huge fan of. We're sending in this Piplup and Blastoise GX Hyper Rare. I talked about those being like super undervalued in Japanese. Here we have Celebi and Venusaur, a couple of those. Here is that alternate art Reg Challenge, the one that's got super duper popular. Really cool artwork. From Tag Team All-Stars, which is SM12A. Here is a really cool one. This is called The Door of Beginning. I believe that's the name. This card also released in English. This is the Japanese version. As you can see, it has Arceus on it. This was a spec buy because the Legend of Arceus game got announced. And then also it's a Japanese artwork with, well, it's not exclusive, but it's the artwork with the set stamp. And this is released as like a commemorative trophy for participation in this tournament in like 2009 in Japan. Here we have Shining Volcanion. These are pretty cheap. I found a seller on Yahoo Japan who had them for, I think, 13 a piece. So, you know, mint condition Shining cards. You can't really go wrong. This is a battle, I think this is considered a Battle Festa Pikachu, but it's a really cute artwork, reprinted in English. But, you know, I don't think the English one is hollow foil for one. And the second thing is the English obviously doesn't have the set stamp. I think I'm a huge sucker for stamps. You're going to see a bunch of cards in all my subs that have stamps. I just think stamps add so much value and make them more of like a unique collector's piece. Here we have some more Charizard Vs from Champions Path Elite Trainers. I'm telling you, this is a good card to spec on. They're like $8 to $10 on a TCG player. If you can pick them up near mint, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense that a full art Charizard card is going to stay at that price, especially like within a year from now. Here we have a Rayquaza EX, Japanese, Swampert EX, one of my favorite Swampert cards. Blues Challenge or Blues Tactics full art. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Kahili full art. Here's that 7-Eleven Pikachu I've showed in the past. Cool little card. I'm not Mina. I don't know. This is, I think, the alternate art. I think this is the artwork that didn't come over to English. Here we have Pikachu. This is another card that I really think if you're looking for some spec buys under $15, you can find this one for 11 bucks. This is Pikachu SM162. It's from a check lane blister, I think for Unbroken Bonds. But come on, you tell me that artwork isn't stunning. Pikachu next to Mimikyu. And I'll put the Japanese version up on what I do on the right side. Like, I would look into this one. The Japanese version is exclusive to a Pikachu a Pikachu Mimikyu box. That box is $800 now. The promo for the Japanese is like $200-300 raw. So you can pick up the English one for a 20th of the price. I don't know. I think the English looks better too. Just because the yellow border works with Pikachu. Here we have some Charizard cards. Charizard and Braixia, nothing special here. These are kind of like the outlier to like that raw cost rule. This one doesn't go for that much raw, but it's also like a Charizard card. And I think if these grade 9 to 10, you're easily looking at a $70 card in today's market. This is Charizard. I think this is from Tag Team. I'm sorry, I think it's Team Up in English. Here we have Charizard and Reshiram. This card got reprinted maybe 5-6 times in Japanese and probably the same amount of times in English. Here we have technically Charizard. Some people call it Leon's Charizard. It is the Charizard art from Astonishing Volt Tackle, Voltage. Holo version is exclusive to Japanese. I guess you technically have a theme deck version in English, but it's not as easy to come by. I bought 30 of these a while back, and I've been submitting 10 every month since. This is my last sub of them. Really beautiful artwork. Just really cool cards. This one I found browsing Macari Japan. I'm a huge LP, like the Heart Gold Soul Silver fan, and Prime cards are such the perfect example of that. So I found this Gengar Prime. It was like 10 bucks, decent condition. This one, grades well. I think you're looking at a sleeper. For how hard Prime cards are to pull, I think 10 bucks is such a good deal. Here we go. Red's Challenge. Beautiful artwork. This one I paid like $10 a piece a while back. Another English card that I do think, and maybe I'll make a video later on, maybe sometime next month, about English cards under $20 that I think are super duper worth it. Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box promo. Come on, this artwork, stunning. One of my favorite modern Pokemon artworks for the stained glass birds. And the reason that I'm so surprised at what they are now is right around October, maybe November of last year, this card was $60 raw. And that was because they've gone down because they've reprinted the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box. But the card now is $18, $20. For that much of a drop, I think you're really getting them on a bargain now. One of the cool ones I got recently, I went to GameStop and bought a plush, and I got the GameStop Flapple promo. I am in search of a EB Games one, which is the Canadian version. So if you know anyone with that, please let me know. And this section is like more stamp cards. As I said, huge stamp guy. Pre-release Swallow. This is from 2004. Super old set. I'm a stamp guy, so I'm sending in these Winner Grovile e-reader cards. Look into these too. I think the English Victory Medal market is going to keep going up. Still recommend getting into those. And I think winner cards have potential in the long run. But yeah, I picked up a bunch of near mint copies for $9. Same thing with these Combuskin winner cards. A little bit more expensive. I think they were like $12. Back to my stamps. Here we have Leafeon from Heart Gold Soul Silver Undaunted pre-release. A pre-release Grumpig. Nice artwork. Pre-release Minetric. Flygon. This is from, I think, a theme deck, but it's a really cool e-reader holo. Ludicolo. This was a promo. I'm not sure how it released, but I found them sealed for like $3, so I picked them up. Here we have one of the people's favorite modern artworks of Pikachu, the Sao Sao Pika Pika promo, or Flower Pikachu, a lot of different names. Has a stamp, so I like it. But yeah, just submitting a bunch of those in. I'm going to submit some standard as well. Here we have Pikachu V from that same promo campaign line. Here we have some Crobat. Oh, I may have wanted to submit my VMAXs with subgrades. I don't know. I kind of broke it up. Some of this stuff is like kind of arbitrary. But yeah, I'm sending in a bunch of those. I bought these. These are on TCG Player for like $5, which I think is a steal considering the box is like $60. And then Dragapult V, $4 on TCG Player. You can't go wrong. Oh, I think I got some of this stuff mixed up. That stuff was probably non-subgrade. I think this is continuation of non-subgrade, so we'll go over it separately. More Toys R Us. Shiny Sobble. Another shiny Amazing Rare Yveltal. Another one of these. Wait. I'm confused. Now, this might have just been a mix. So disregard everything I said about this being all non-subgrades or the subgrades. Let's just like show off cards I'm sending in. More Toys R Us Meow. Disregard everything I said about some being subgrades and not being non-subgrades. This is just going to be a mix. More Toys R Us Meowths. Clefairy Toys R Us. Another Clefairy Toys R Us. A pre-release Luxio from Diamond and Pearl era. Pre-release Metagross from Plasma Freeze. I love this artwork, and I think the set stamp looks great. A pre-release Mothim. A pre-release Triumphant Electivire. This version doesn't have, this version isn't the staff one, and I have 2 of those. Love this card. Here's that Detective Yoshida card. This is the Detective Pikachu promo. Sending a bunch of those in, because they've kind of gone up. Sending in more Amazing Rares. Okay, this part was all the repeats, I think. More Amazing Rares, just that. More Charizards. Actually, what I might have done was, I think some of these I was submitting this month, and the other stuff was a different submission. But regardless, all this stuff is going out within the next month, so I guess I'll include it in the video. This is Professor Oak's lecture or something like that. I'm sorry, I'm a little frazzled on the names after trying to figure out where these cards are from. Here we have Gardevoir EX Delta Species, nice card. Here we have some of those Art Academy, or that's kind of the pseudonym of the really Illustrator Grand Prix Charizards. They're also considered a pack promo, but there's so many of those, so I gotta submit those in. Here we have Phalanx V, one of my favorite Vs from the set. Toxtricity VMAX. Honestly, not a huge fan of this VMAX, but it's it's worth grading. And this is, I think, like a store promo. Like if you went to your local card shop, you got these for this Pikachu. Love the artwork with Kecleon and Tropius. And then more of those Reds Challenge cards and Professor Oaks and Rillaboom VMAX. So yeah, it's super scattered. Like looking at this in hindsight, all these cards are super mixed up. But yeah, that's the bulk stuff I'm sending in. So we're going to go into the more high-end stuff now. I might just end up breaking this video up into 2 things because this is going to be super duper long. But this is the standard stuff that I'm submitting in. This is the stuff that's worth at least like $30 raw for the most part. Is also worth a good amount graded. And I'll try to go through it pretty quick. So we have Tea Party Pikachu. This really, really cool Dragonite. This is Dragonite FB. It is the promo for, I think, Supreme Victors in Japan for the, the release tournaments. RCS Victory Medals. I've spoken very highly of these. Tons of Victory Medals are going to Standard, the CGC, just to try to get them back. We have Pikachu Silvers, Pikachu Gold. I'm actually sending in some of these flower Pikachus. Like, you can just tell how many I have. But yeah, I think these are kind of worth sending some in for standard, some in bulk, just so I get them back faster and I can sell through the standard ones before the bulk ones even get back. Here we have some of those Hidden Fates tin promos. Love this card, and I think these do super well graded. This is a really cool LP promo from Japan, 069 L-P. This is, I think, like a participation prize for a tournament. I bought this one from a friend, Camp's Cards. I might throw him in the description too. He has good deals on stuff, but he sold me this Grookey on the ball. This was a UK exclusive promo for, like, Pokemon was doing like a promotion to try to get kids interested in football or soccer, I suppose. One of my favorite cards, I've talked about it a bunch, Professor Elm. I forgot the last part of it, but I mean, the 3 Johto starters on it, like, come on, like, this is such a good card for Gen 2 fans and for, like, any fans of dynamic artwork. Charizard EX, I'm not sure where these are from, but I think this is one of the nicer Charizard EX artworks from that era, which was, like, right around the 20th anniversary. I'm standarding some of these alt arts for Red's Challenge. This is a great one. This is Skytree Rayquaza. This is, I'm not actually sure. I think this was for the Pokemon Center Skytree opening. They gave out this card, but it has this really cool cracked ice hollow effect. Here we have some more victory medals. It's the Arceus Silver Medals. Great looking card. Some 2007 gold Pika medals. I sent a bunch of these in bulk a while back when the turnaround times were still kind of low, but I'm just buying the bullet and sending the rest standard. It's the Zoroark, Greninja gold cards from Tag Team All-Stars, and then the Garchomp Giratina gold card from Tag Team All-Stars. Eternatus VMAX from Shining Fates. Same thing with these Pikachus. I sent some in bulk, but I just need some cards back, so I'm buying the bullet and sending standard. So Pikachu V, full art. Here we have a couple more of just regular victory medals. I have so many of them at this point. Like, we can go through them quick so you can see what I have. This is the same thing. I'm sending some of these Door of Beginning Arceus cards standard, some in bulk, just to vary when I get them back. Red's Challenge, same thing. I want to vary when I'm getting cards back. So that's why I like a lot of these. In the past, I would have submitted bulk because I wouldn't care about when I got them. But just within the current climate and with the current turnarounds, I'm willing to pay more now to get my stuff back a little faster. Just because for the whole way that my business model works is I need a revolving door of inventory. Here we have a Blastoise GX, full art, hyper rare. This is Pikachu Playing by the Sea. This was like a pack promo, purchase promo, 7-Eleven Pikachus. And then these are some of the nicer cool, sorry, wow, I'm like flustered. This is the Tag Team Red and Green. I think it might just, no, it's Red and Blue, sorry. I think it's just Red and Blue Tag Team. Here we have Mina alt art. This is the alt art, I'm pretty sure. This is the Mina card that came in English. And then more of these hyper rares that I just love. Blastoise Piplup, Celebi, and Venusaur. Another one of those. And then a couple more Korokoro Snorlaxes. I have more Korokoro promos coming in the mail, and I'll make sure to show those off on like my next Japanese haul unboxing. And then I think we're just finishing it off. Some of these Kecleon and Tropius Pikachu, I think these were just like if you went to your card shop in Japan, you got them. Hell yeah. Let's just get through this. I'm so tired. I've been going over cards for... I'm very tired. I've been going over cards for 25 minutes now. Here we have the Mars Full Arts. Love this card. And I do think these will do well because the games are coming back out. The Diamond and Pearl remakes. And then I had one of these left over, so I'm throwing it in. Misty's Favor in Japanese. So yeah, that's it for my standard order. And let's quickly go over my express. So my express is going to be a lot of the stuff you sent in standard, but it's like I want this stuff back even faster so I can get it listed faster. So yeah, this is that Lily card that I talked about. Look at that, 080 SM-P. I talked about these when they were $40. I think they're like 200 raw now. I mean, they've gone up a bunch. So yeah, because there's so much more money now, I'm just gonna send these in express. Here's some victory medals. And so you're probably wondering too, like which ones I'm deciding to send standard, which ones I'm sending express. I have so many victory medals at this point that I looked over every card myself under like, different lightings and very closely. And I'm choosing the ones that I think have the best shot to be 9 to 10 candidates, 5 to 10 candidates to get expressed. Just because, obviously if they come back at 10, it's really worth getting them expressed. Gold victory medals. Here we have some silver Arceus medals, gold Pikachu, the silver Pikachu, the bronze Pikachu from LDSP, gold Arceus, some of these Dragonite participation cards, and then I think these were like the two best Skytree Rayquazas. Like this is a card like in a PSA 10, it's like a $500, $600 card. So even getting a 9, I think is worth expressing these in. So yeah, that was pretty much it. It's not the most diverse. It's a lot of repeats, but I do these videos partially because I know people like to watch them. But yeah, with how long turnaround times are getting, I really do like doing these videos just so I can remember what I sent in. So like, cause a lot of this bulk stuff I'm not going to see for probably 5 months, 6 months at this point. And it's super easy just to forget like, oh, I actually had that card, or like how many I sent in or what submission I have. So these are great for myself, and I hope that some people enjoy watching and seeing my thought process of how I grade and what I choose to grade. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a nice one.